Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today we're going to be looking at the definition of a non-recurring charge, also known as a non-recurring expense. As we do in each one of these tutorial videos here, I'll give you the actual definition, and then we'll go look at some actual examples and give you a little bit more insight there. A non-recurring expense which shows up on a company's financial statements is for a one-time expense that is unlikely to occur again. Therefore, it is referred to as non-recurring. A non-recurring charge is a one-time charge for an unpredictable event. One example would be replacing the carpet in a business after a broken water line destroys the original carpet. Okay, I'm here on the Yahoo Finance page looking at the income statement. You can find this information anywhere, including Google Finance. Your discount broker will have it. The individual companies, when they put out their reports, if you are looking at the reports, you'll find this information as well there. So let's have a look and get going. The actual item that I want to look at today would be non-recurring. That falls under the operating expense or expenses, and you will find that on the income statement. Okay, looking right here, you can see it's a non-recurring expense. A lot of times companies will not have anything showing there, and that should be the normal. A non-recurring expense, like I said, is an expense that a company doesn't actually deal with every single statement period. They don't have to continue to pay this expense. The company's earnings are correspondingly reduced for the time period shown in the financial statement due to the non-recurring expense. So if there was an expense here, for example, if there was $1 million shown here that went out for some non-recurring expense, then you would see a reduction in the earnings for those for the company for that particular time period. So that's important to note, because sometimes a company is going to have a hiccup in their earnings, and if it's a non-recurring hiccup, then that's not really a big deal, assuming that it truly is non-recurring. In this particular company, you can see that they don't have anything listed here, like I've already said. And if we actually move over, you see here, again, no non-recurring expense here. But if we go a little bit further over, let me move that right over here, you can see that, in fact, back in December 2009, they showed $147 million there on the non-recurring items. So that's going to hit their income at that particular time that they did that. And the one thing that I would give a word of caution here, in the book The Intelligent Investor, written by Benjamin Graham, who was Warren Buffett's teacher, he warned investors to watch the non-recurring expenses for expenses that consistently show up under non-recurring. That's when you basically have a situation where management of a company is trying to be real clever, and they want to make a situation that's bad not look as bad. And so maybe they've got an expense that they are saying, okay, this expense, is really hurting our earnings. We try to hide it the best we can by making it look better than it really is. We'll just call it a non-recurring expense. Well, if that shows up again and again and again, that's actually recurring, and therefore you're looking at a situation where the company's not being managed by the smartest people on the planet. Something else to note: whenever you see something like that, a red flag like that, you should start thinking to yourself, if they're willing to fudge the line in this particular area, where else are they fudging? And am I even going to be able to spot the next time that they do something like that? So that would be, if I saw something like that on an income statement, I would just turn and run the other direction. I wouldn't even mess with that company in any way, shape, or form. And now you know. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.